A lone wolf howls across the barren landscape, its mournful cry echoing over the rolling hills. The wind whispers through the long grass, carrying with it the scent of heather and the ghosts of men long gone. Welcome back to my channel. Here today we are going to explore 5 forgotten battlefields frozen in time. These fields hold within them the stories of courage, sacrifice, and loss, waiting for us to uncover them and remember the fallen. But before we begin our journey, I have a question for you. Which battlefield intrigues you the most? Let me know in the comments below and let's embark on this unforgettable journey together. Number 5. Colloden Moore. Colloden Moore is a place of sacrifice and remembrance, a place where the final Jacobite rising ended and the Scottish way of life was irrevocably altered. Today, the moor is a vast open space dotted with ancient standing stones that served as silent witnesses to the events that unfolded here. It's hard to imagine the scene that played out on this very ground in 1746. When the Second Battle of Culloden took place between the Jacobite forces, led by Charles Edward Stuart Bonnie Prince Charlie, and the British Army under the Duke of Cumberland. This was the last battle fought on British soil, and the last time a British monarch lost a battle to an invading force. The battle was a brutal affair. With both sides determined to fight to the death, the outcome was far from certain. In the end, the Jacobites were defeated, their hopes for a Stuart restoration dashed. As the sun set over Colloden Moor that day, the wounded and dying lay strewn across the battlefield, their cries echoing over the desolate landscape. The victors had claimed their prize, but at what cost? The aftermath of the battle was swift and merciless. Many Jacobites were killed in the fighting itself, but those who survived were not safe. The Duke of Cumberland, known for his ruthless tactics, ordered that no quarter was to be given. Men, women, and children were bayoneted without mercy. Those who managed to escape the bloodshed fled into the surrounding countryside, hiding in caves or seeking refuge in the homes of sympathetic locals. Many would never be seen again. In the years that followed, the families of the Jacobite dead struggled to come to terms with the loss of their loved ones. Some clung to the belief that Bonnie Prince Charlie would return and restore their fortunes. Others simply mourned the loss of their sons and brothers and fathers, forever changed by the events of that fateful day. Today, visitors to Culloden can explore the battlefield and the ruins of the nearby monastery, which served as a makeshift hospital during the battle. A visitor center and museum offer insights into the events of the day and the aftermath. Memorials stand in honor of the fallen, and the names of those killed in the battle are inscribed on a nearby stone. If you visit this hallowed ground, take a moment to reflect on the sacrifice and loss that occurred here. Imagine the sights, sounds, and smells of the battlefield as it was all those years ago. What did the air smell like after the battle? How did the soldiers feel as they fought for their lives? How did the people who lived nearby react to the violence that erupted in their midst? By exploring these questions, we can better understand the true cost of war and the lasting impact it has on all of those involved. Number 4. The Battle of the Somme. The Battle of the Somme is a pivotal moment in World War I history. From July to November 1916, over 1 million men fought in some of the most brutal conditions imaginable. The result, one of the deadliest battles in human history. Walking across the scarred landscape today, it's hard to believe that just over a century ago, this area was the site of such carnage. Yet the ghosts of the fallen still linger here, their presence felt in the rustling leaves and the swaying grass. Head to the Newfoundland Memorial Park, and you can pay your respects at the tomb of the unknown soldier. This somber site serves as a reminder of the countless lives lost and the immeasurable impact of war. But the story doesn't end there. At the Somme, it's essential to see beyond the statistics and remember the human cost of war. The men who fought here were real people with hopes, dreams, and loved ones waiting for their return. As you explore the battlefield, take a moment to think about their stories. Imagine the fear and uncertainty they must have felt as they marched into battle each day. Picture the camaraderie that developed among them as they faced danger side by side, and consider the impact their sacrifice had on those left behind. At the end of the day, the battlefields of the Somme are more than just a place of conflict. They are a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. Despite the unimaginable horrors they witnessed and endured, the men who fought here showed courage, compassion, and an unwavering determination to survive. Their story is a powerful reminder of the importance of peace and the need to remember those who paid the ultimate sacrifice. Number 3, Gettysburg. Gettysburg, Pennsylvania is a town that will forever be remembered for the pivotal battle that took place there during the American Civil War. The little-known fact is that the battle actually began in neighboring Maryland. On July 1863, Confederate troops crossed into southern Pennsylvania, hoping to gather much-needed supplies. They soon found themselves engaged in battle with Union forces at the small town of Gettysburg. Over the next 3 days, the two armies clashed in one of the most brutal and decisive battles of the Civil War. But what makes the story of Gettysburg truly remarkable is the way in which the battle unfolded. The first day saw Confederate forces gain the upper hand, pushing the Union Army back towards the town. But the following 2 days would prove to be a different story. On July 2nd and 3rd, the Union Army held its ground at Cemetery Hill and Little Round Top, inflicting heavy casualties on the Confederate forces. One of the most famous moments of the battle came on July 3rd when Confederate General George Pickett led his troops in a charge across an open field towards the Union forces. The attack was met with withering gunfire, and the Confederates were forced to retreat, suffering heavy losses. In the end, the Union victory at Gettysburg proved to be a turning point in the Civil War. It was the last major Confederate offensive in the North and marked the beginning of the end for the Confederacy. But the battle also came at a great cost. Over 50,000 soldiers were killed or wounded, making it the deadliest battle in American history. Exploring the battlefield today is a humbling experience. Walking among the monuments and memorials, it's hard to shake the feeling that you're stepping onto sacred ground. The stories of courage, sacrifice, and loss that unfolded here are a powerful reminder of the true cost of war. But the legacy of Gettysburg goes beyond the battlefield. The town itself was largely destroyed during the battle, but it was rebuilt in the years that followed. Today, it stands as a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the power of community in the face of adversity. Number 2, Ajin Court. The year is 1415, and the English are locked in a bitter conflict with the French over control of the latter's throne. On October, the two armies clashed in the small village of Ajin Court in northern France. The resulting battle was a decisive English victory and a defining moment in English history. To fully appreciate the significance of Ajin Court, it's important to understand the context in which it took place. At the time, England and France were locked in a decades-long struggle for supremacy, known as the 100 Years' War. The English king, Henry V, was determined to assert his claim to the French throne, and he assembled a small but elite force of longbowmen, men-at-arms, and auxiliary troops to help him do so. They were vastly outnumbered by the French, who fielded an army of over 30,000 men. But the English were up to the task. Led by King Henry himself, they fought with skill and determination, inflicting heavy casualties on the French and ultimately winning a resounding victory. So what exactly made this battle so significant? For one thing, it was a resounding victory for the English, who had been on the losing side for most of the 100 Years' War. It was also a triumph of military strategy, as the English were able to defeat a much larger force through superior tactics and discipline. But perhaps most importantly, the Battle of Ajin Court is remembered as a defining moment in English identity. The English victory was seen as a triumph of the English people over their French oppressors, and it helped to solidify a sense of national pride and unity that would have a profound impact on England's future. Number 1. The Battle of Thermopylae. The Battle of Thermopylae is a legendary clash between the invading Persian army and a small band of Spartan warriors along with their allies. Taking place in 480 BC, this battle has become a defining moment in Greek history. The story goes that Leonidas, the Spartan king, led 300 of his elite warriors to the narrow pass of Thermopylae, where they held off the massive Persian army for days, buying time for the rest of the Greek forces to prepare to meet the invaders. Though the Spartans were eventually overwhelmed and killed to a man, their sacrifice allowed the Greeks to regroup and ultimately defeat the Persians at the Battle of Plataea, securing Greek independence and shaping the course of Western civilization. The story of Thermopylae is one of courage, sacrifice, and the triumph of good over evil. It's a story that has resonated with people for centuries and continues to inspire awe and admiration today. The bravery of the 300 Spartans and their fellow Greeks has become a symbol of the strength of the human spirit and the power of unity in the face of overwhelming odds. And while the battlefield of Thermopylae may lie in ruins today, the legacy of the battle lives on in the hearts and minds of people around the world. The scars of war don't fade. They remain silent witnesses to sacrifice and fate. These fields are more than history. They are echoes of the past, frozen in time. Thank you for joining us on this journey through time. We hope you have enjoyed exploring these 5 forgotten battlefields with us. And if you want to learn more about these incredible places and others like them, be sure to subscribe to our channel. We have many more videos exploring the rich tapestry of human history, culture, and nature. So sit back, relax, and let us transport you to another time and place.